Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Myself Shiva Prasad. I hope you are all doing great. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to tap the bell icon so that you won't miss any updates from my end. Without further ado, let's get into today's. Today we are going to solve this day 8 of December Leetcode challenge. It's too simple. We will be given a binary tree and we need to return whether we will be given actually two binary trees. We need to return whether the binary tree leaf values are in sequel or not from left to right. What I mean by that? Let's assume here we will be given two binary trees here. The leaf values are 6, 7, 4, 9, 8 from tree 1 and 6, 7, 4, 9, 8 from tree 2. Since they are both in sequence, then we need to return true. If you take this binary trees, here 2 and 3, but here 3 and 2, they are not in sequence. That's the reason we need to return false. This is a straightforward question. Let me go and explain. Here it is. So the first and foremost is we need to know whether they are in sequence or not, like leaf nodes, I mean to say, the values of leaf nodes. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take two lists, L1 and L2. L1 holds leaf node values of tree 1. Assume this is T1 and this is T2. T1 leaf node values. L2 stores T2 leaf node values. And at the end we both compare using the equals method that will give us true or false depending upon the content. But how we are going to fill this one? So it's too simple. So we start from here, and whenever we are at node, assume we are at node n. Okay, if its left is null, if its left is null, if its right is null, that means this is the leaf node, and we can take end.val into the consideration. Okay, we need to traverse this tree until we find a situation like where a node left is null and a node right is also null. In that case, we just need to return the n value. That's all we need to do, nothing more than that. So what are the time and space complexities with this approach? Time and space complexity. So if there are n nodes, okay, we need to traverse through n, then big of n time complexity. The space complexity is big of 1. Though we are taking the list, but as per the problem statement, they are going to provide only 200 nodes. That means only 200 values going to be inserted here. So big O of 200, that is constant space only, we will consider that as big O of 1 time complexity. Let's get into coding. You will understand clearly here. I am taking here integer list1 equal to new array list of new array list, I mean to say. Then I'm going to take another list2. Then I'm going to call a method get leaves, which I'm going to create. I pass initially root 1 for list1. Then I call the same method where I pass root 2 for the list2. And at the end, I just return if list1 dot equals list2. That's it. Now we need to worry about how we need to implement this get leaves. Great. So this method not going to return anything, which is going to accept two parameters, tree node root comma list val. Okay. The first condition is if root itself is null. Okay, then we don't need to do anything, right? Because there is not going to be any nodes, I mean to say. Else, if root dot left equal to null and root dot right equal to null. In this case, we need to add this value into our list. So val.add root.val. Okay, because our tree node class holds a val data member through which we can access the what I can say the node value. Then we need to check if root dot left not equal to null. That means there is another node. Then you just call the same. This is recursion approach. Root dot left comma val. If root dot right also not equal to null, then call the same method where you pass root dot right comma val. That's all. Let's give a run. Yeah, it got accepted. Let's submit. Yeah, great. It got accepted successfully. So we would like to understand here when I said big O of one space complexity, that is for the list which I took. But since we are using the recursion algorithm, so it is going to maintain a stack trace that is going to hold a big O of n space complexity. Okay. That's all for this video. I hope you understood. Please do comment if you don't understand anything and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will meet you in the next lecture.